Together tonight. It's always been a pleasure to work with the County Association. We had a great showcase in Rochelle some months ago, and the panel discussions and events hosted by this organization have always been, I think, really informative and really constructive. And I look forward to extending that partnership in the months ahead. Let me say it's also good to be with Rob once again. We've always gotten along pretty well, even in the middle of the campaign when we're beating each other up pretty good. We've gotten along, and that's how it should be. And whatever else I may say about him, I gotta say, he's pretty darn good at the coin flip. I think you're 3 for 3 now, Rob. So I'm a little bit jealous of that, but I'll try to get over it. So really, this contest is not in any way about our personal character. It's about the character of our leadership. It's the goals that we set for county government and the values that we apply to public life. And by that standard, there are enormous differences between myself and Mr. Astorino. And I'm running for county executive because I want to accomplish things that are deeply important to the future of our region. Good planning to help strengthen our economy and create jobs and protect our environment. The blueprint developed by this organization is a wonderful model, but it needs to be implemented. And a passive approach is not going to do it. It requires energy and active leadership in order to achieve it. Unfortunately, we have an administration that has undermined its own planning capacity in a way that will compromise future growth in this region. We can do better. Real leadership for taxpayers that begins with a commitment to the property tax cap at the county level, but then goes further to consider the total cost of public services in Westchester and structure shared service agreements that can help resolve waste and duplication. In the last 4 years, taxes have gone up by about $800 million for property taxpayers in Westchester. Once again, we can do better. Human services that promote independence and self-sufficiency. So more of us have a chance to stand on our own 2 feet and provide for our families and communities and contribute to the common good. And not mindless cuts that are cruel in their direct impact and which actually have the effect of costing all of us more in the long run. And a practical, pragmatic approach to problem solving that brings people together without regard to party, instead of the perpetual conflicts that have not solved problems in the way that we expect and that reflect the hyper-partisanship that has infected Washington, D.C., and that we should not welcome here in Westchester County. And finally, a commitment to the moderate, mainstream, common-sense traditions of Westchester County, in which I believe very deeply, in contrast to opposition to a woman's right to choose, opposition to gun safety laws, opposition to marriage equality, which I don't think reflects where most people in Westchester believe we should be. So I'm excited about all that we can accomplish together. It's a big election. There's a lot to do. And with your help, I'm eager to get to work. Thank you.
Mr. Astorino, you have 3 minutes.
Steve, I love your radio voice. Good job. Thank you for being here tonight. To the County Association, thank you very much for all the help that you have given me and my administration over these last 4 years. None more than this previous budget, which you took a real tough stand and forced the Board of Legislators in a public way to make some choices that they didn't want to. And I appreciate what you did for fiscal sanity here in partnering with me. It's hard to imagine 4 years have gone by. And I think about the debate at the County Association 4 years ago when my wife, who is here tonight, was pregnant, very much so, with our daughter, who was born October 8th. And we didn't even know if we were going to have a debate. Everything was on hold because if she had gone in labor, we were rushing to the hospital. But we ended up having the debate. It was a good one, and it's been an interesting and challenging 4 years since. Now just go back to where we were in 2009. Think about the economy. Think about where this county was going. The economy was in a tailspin. This county was in a tailspin. The county lost 10,000 jobs. We got into office, and we reversed that course, and I'll explain tonight how. The county under Mr. Spano was spending way beyond its means and taxing people to death. We came into office and changed the course of this county in a very positive way. We've met those challenges head on. Spending was up, through the roof, 25%. We, in a real way, a responsible way, over the last 4 years, have dropped spending by over 5% in this county. And that's unique in this state. And it didn't just happen. It happened because we met challenges head on. We were not afraid to make tough decisions. And they were the right decisions. Because the counties that did not look at what was happening, they put their hands over their eyes and pretended there was nothing wrong and just keep on spending the way they were, they're now under fiscal control boards or potential bankruptcy. We're nowhere near that because we're a healthy financial county right now and we're going in the right direction. I love the fact that a Marist poll that came out very recently said that we are going in the right direction. 64% of county residents said we're going in the right direction, and I agree with them. And you know who agrees with them? Joe Girardi. Joe Girardi just re-signed with the Yankees a 4-year contract. And you know what his reason was, or one of? Because he could have moved to Chicago where he was born and raised. He said, my family and I love living in Westchester, and we love having him here. And so as a Yankee fan, I thank Joe for saying what many other county residents have been saying recently, that Westchester is a great place to live and work. We're on the right track, and I'll talk about how we've turned it around throughout the night.
Thank you, Mr. Astorino.